You're right guys, Gary back again, and today we are having a look at MakeToys MT Combiner Series MTCM-04E Katana, aka Not Blades. This is the last of the limbs for Guardia, which is MakeToys' version of Defensor. So with this, that just means I'm waiting for, I think he's called Vulcan, which will be the third-party hotspot. And before I even start looking at the figure in the box, I'm going to say this is actually my favourite character from this lineup. Mainly because it just looks so goddamn brilliant. First off, before we look at the figure, here's the box. You can just see where the sun is shining through on my curtain behind me there, so that's not actually part of the box. Nice product shot. Looking all amazing as he turns into a helicopter and he's got the samurai sword. Side of the box, him in bot mode. Back of the box, product shots. I only have one issue with this box, and that is this picture right here. Because in order to get him into that pose, you can clearly see you have to unfold his shoulder, which would be the equivalent of me or you snapping our shoulders in half and then pushing them all the way forward so your chin's basically resting on the top of your shoulder blade. It's a nice pose, but just, I don't know, it's just something that bugged me about the box. Other than that, he looks gorgeous. Back of him, bottom, helicopter. So that's the box out of the way. That's the wrong figure. And here's Katana. He looks really nice. I really do love this character. This figure, it just looks amazing. He comes with these two machine pistols. You can call them an Uzi if you want. I like machine pistol. I don't know why, I just do. But yeah, these machine pistols actually, providing I can remember the right way round, they actually all lock together, so guessing when Vulcan comes out, this will be quite a big gun. I'm guessing it's around that way because you can't really. Yeah, I thought that was quite a nice touch. Like I said, this is the first third-party combiner I've ever bought or started collecting, so this is pretty neat to me. I do like how that looks so far though. And I've got really shaky hands this morning. So, yeah, it comes with two of those. As Katana obviously turns into a helicopter, he also, his helicopter blades also turn into his sword, which is also probably why it's called Katana. And it's got, I have a couple of issues. I love this figure. I love I do love this figure. I do have a couple of issues with it. One, because of the way I'm going to say the hands, because of the way the hands are moulded more for guns, with this nice big circular hole in the middle. Obviously the sword does not have a big circular peg to pop into it, so it's going to look a little bit unsecure, a bit floppy if you. That's fine. I mean, I personally, if he's not going to be combined, he's going to be dual wielding pistols as far as I'm concerned. My only other concern is this. The way that this connects to both bot mode when it's sheathed and the alt mode is a ball joint. When it's sheathed, you've got two ways. So you've got the ball joint and you've got this hole here. I've tried popping that in to this spot here because that's where he's you know, traditionally where a sword would go, and you've just seen how hard it is to get in there. Now that is really stable. That's not actually going to move. Well, it's not going to fall out, is what I mean. And it does nice little wiggly bits, so you can sort of pose him to make it look like he's about to rip it out and chop someone's head off. But there you go. My problem with that is that I've actually only, including that time, put it in there 3 times now. And I don't know if you can catch it on this camera, but it is already showing stress on the inside there. Much easier to see on the naked eye than it is on this camera, apparently. Hang on, let's try it. Focus it. And you can see at the top there. Yeah, there we go. So the red plastic's already starting to creak and stress out a bit there, so I'm not particularly fond of that ball joint. He's in alt mode, it plugs into there, and there doesn't seem to be any issues yet. Yet being the main... Yet being the word. So if that bit annoys me, well, it doesn't annoy me, it concerns is probably a better word. So if you don't want to do that, you've actually got a nice peg on the, just slightly off the side, that it goes into quite nicely. And it doesn't look too bad there. I quite like that appearance. Can I focus? There we go. In bot mode, he has a really nice range of articulation. The head, a little bit stiff, but it does move. Rotates all the way around, and it looks up a little bit, down a little bit. Arms, nice and 360 degrees, up that far, because of the shoulder. And as you might have seen, so 2 things that concern me. This is all that's holding his arm on. This little circular clip. And as you saw, as I'm trying to do that, it does have a habit of popping out. That is used for transformation. Or adjust. Is it adjusted in transformation? I can't actually remember now. Oh yeah, it is. But it's just this little bit of plastic holding the arm, and I wouldn't want to be playing about with it too much, is what I'm saying. He's going to be a really nice figure to look at, but don't touch. So yeah, arm, 360 degrees when the joint doesn't pop out, and he doesn't stab into his own leg. Upper arm rotation, elbow. I've actually got 2 joints in his shoulder, but that's due to in his elbow, but that's due to transformation. Wrist swivel. That was me just playing about with it too roughly. Let's actually put his arm back the right way. Sort of the nice crotch thigh rotation there. Again, because he's the other arm. He does have a nice bend there, and again you can see all the hinges and stuff. That's going to be Guardia's elbow. Leg, that far forward, quite a bit back. Obviously, depending on whether you're keeping the sword there or not, the leg will go out that far. If you're not, it will go out a bit straighter. Knees, that far back. Same with the other one, little ball joint. Actually, this is a smaller ball joint, so you can get a decent range of movement and positioning there. And that is Katana in bot mode. But I really like the alt mode, so let's get him into that. So we get the blades off first. Similar to Hymed, pop the shins out. Get the foot, give it a nice little squeeze. There's that. Come round to these bits. Unwrap, and then unwrap again is the best way I can describe that. Pop them down for a bit. And then unwrap. Unwrap again. And then pop it down. Come round to the front, and it's got those lovely little plastic rods that I was scared of in Hymed that you need to flex out, pull forward, push down, clip in. Same on that side. I don't like this one bit. Maybe I'll trim it down a bit. There we go. Do that. Knock them forward a little bit, and then to make sure you've got it in the right place, you're going to fold down the knees, and then slot into there. So there's two little slots that those two bits pop into. Nice click. Right, gets a bit fiddly in places. Push his head back a little bit. Then we're going to rotate shoulder that way. Rotate the shoulder that way. Go around the back, you're going to pick up the nose. And then pop it forward, but as with the last time, or as with Hymed, you're going to have to ease the bits through. That's fine. You're going to do a little rotation there, so you can already start. You can see where it's going. This bit I struggled with slightly because I just cannot. You've got tabs and slots, and as always, I have trouble getting them to line up. Also, you've got this really big hole in his ass that you need to kind of rest the bottom of his legs in. And as you can see, there we go. That's me actually hitting the camera with the blade there. Sorry. Right, so then line up everything. You can see there's little pegs in there to snap together. That's fine. And then his toesies go in there. Pop that down. Pop that down. Rear end of the helicopter complete. Get this arm unpop the shoulder there, and pop the shoulder there. It's going to look a little bit odd for a moment. Pop them in. Get this bit, lift, straight and nice tight hinge there, and then, oh, you are essentially lining that bit into that bit and then clipping these bits round. Like that. And then double check, get all this in. There we go. So that bit, I generally get scared while transforming these ones, because the last thing I want is to break it. There we go. Right, so you can see he's getting there. I'm going to admit the arms I've had real trouble with. So, in order to make sure they're in the right position, you need to get these little tabs in line with that little bit there, and then these tabs have to go into the side there. So, it's that way. Pop down. Nope. Right. There we go, right. So, the first part's not too bad, because you're just... again, like I was talking about with his shoulders, that's popped out. That is... fine, get in there. Of course, if you can't get one side in, the other... Forgot to keep an eye on the time with the camera. So yeah, if you can't get one side in, the other just won't go. It's as simple as that. Now, that bit's there. That bit's there, perfect. So essentially the arm has to look like that. Now, check. I can see immediately the arm has unpopped on the inside, so pop him back in. Pop him back in, and that... it's actually in there already. Perfect. Whew. So we're going to put him there for a second, because we then need to get to his sword, which I, again, have some issues with. So, basically rotate. That's the issue. I do really like this figure. It's just got a couple of problems that I don't know whether could have been easily fixed or it's just me. Yeah, the blades do pop off the sword quite easily. Alright, so we will rotate. No, we start that side, don't we? That's one of the problems. Pop them out, do that, do that, do that. And then watch as it all falls apart. There we go. Perfect. Make sure they're all connected, and then ta-da! And there he is in alt mode. Obviously, like I said, it's a ball joint in there, so don't expect this to rotate freely or stand up straight. The blades, I mean, you can tilt it for dramatic effect if you've got a flight stand. There's nowhere to really put a flight stand on it, but you know. But yeah, that is a really nice. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera with the blades. It's a really nice helicopter. Rear blade spins quite nicely. But yeah, if you look on the underside, you can, again with high med, you can see where the connector port's going to go. So yeah, I do really like this. I really like this character. I like this figure. There's a couple of small bits that could have maybe been worked out a bit better. Like I said, the ball joint on the blade, which stress marks in the little holster, the arms being a little bit finicky to get in there, and that was really it. Oh, and the where's his legs? Those legs are there. No, his legs are there. His the way that the legs are locked in at the bottom and having to stretch out or flex out that bit of plastic, that concerns me a little bit. But yeah, if you want to see the size comparison again, I'll re-put in the old footage from the last video, just because I currently have everyone stood on my shelf again. But yeah, this was MakeToys Katana. Really nice figure. A few small problems, but I can overlook those because I don't really play. I display. So yeah, gonna redo that bit. So this was MakeToys Katana. Really looking forward to Vulcan. I think it's Vulcan. I keep saying it's Vulcan. I'm not quite sure. I'm really looking forward to Vulcan being released in, I think, April, someone told me. So that's going to be fun. I just really want to get them all combined now. But you don't get any of the combiner parts with the limbs, so I could, if I did, they'd just look like they've been in a car crash, basically. Like I say, it's a nice figure. I really like it. This is my favourite from the lineup so far. I just really wish I had a flight stand or something just to... I got a couple of the Takara ones, but there's nothing to connect them to. In any case, thanks for watching. What did you think of the figure? Let me know down below. And as always, if you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment. Maybe even subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. And then hopefully it's not going to be too much time before the next box. Or my next... I haven't got anything on order at the minute. I got a few things pre-ordered, but there's nothing in the post immediately. Which is probably a good thing for my bank account, so... Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye! And here is the scale comparison for Katana to the rest of the team. See, vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is more impressive than I thought it would be. And especially when you put him next to Hymed. On there, like that, doesn't look too bad. A helicopter is supposed to be a lot bigger than an ambulance. However, the ambulance, I would hazard a guess, is generally a lot bigger than a sheriff's police car. And in turn, the sheriff's police car should be a lot bigger than the motorcycle. Obviously, they all combine to make one figure, so they're limbs and they need to be of similar size. But for me, maybe Katana could have been... Oh, actually, Hymed could have been a little bit bigger, somehow.